The watcher in the window? The house was old, but that was its charm. Built in the early 1900s, it had stood the test of time with its weathered facade, creaking floorboards, and intricate woodwork. To Lisa and Brian, a young couple eager to escape the bustle of city life, it was perfect. Nestled in the rolling countryside of New Jersey, it offered the solitude they craved. Little did they know, it also came with something else. The first letter arrived just 3 days after they moved in. It was a plain white envelope slipped into their mailbox, addressed simply to the new occupants. Inside was a handwritten note on unlined paper. "Welcome to your new home. I have been watching it for years, waiting for you. My family has watched this house for decades, and now it is my turn. Do you know the history of the house? Do you know what lies beneath?" There was no signature, no return address. Lisa laughed it off nervously, chalking it up to a local prankster. Brian agreed, though uneasily. They decided not to let it bother them. But the letters didn't stop. Each week, a new note arrived. They grew more unsettling, more specific. "I see you enjoy your time in the upstairs bedroom. The view from the window is spectacular, isn't it? But be careful at night. Not all who look out see the stars." Lisa's hands trembled as she read it aloud. Brian called the police, but there wasn't much they could do. The letters contained no threats, just eerie observations and cryptic remarks. Then the watcher began to escalate. One night, while Lisa was unpacking in the kitchen, she heard a soft tapping on the window. She froze, the knife in her hand clattering to the floor. The window faced the backyard, where dense woods loomed. She strained her ears, but the tapping had stopped. When she finally mustered the courage to look outside, the yard was empty. Brian dismissed it as an animal or tree branch, but Lisa wasn't so sure. The tapping came back the next night, and the next. Weeks passed, and the atmosphere in the house shifted. Lisa started having strange dreams, vivid and terrifying. She'd wake up in a cold sweat, gasping for air, convinced someone had been standing at the foot of the bed. Brian, too, began to feel uneasy. They both noticed small things, doors they were sure they had closed left ajar, lights flickering in rooms they hadn't entered, and the faint scent of decay wafting through the house at odd times. What happens next will haunt you. Watch the full story now on Frightful Murmurs.